that I got going on as the season winds down. First, let's talk about last night. Luis Severino, a no-hitter through 7. You guys know the drill. What happens usually when a guy's coming back from injury and everything else, or these pitchers get hurt all the time. Severino's one of them. Severino, he gets hurt walking to the ballpark this sometimes. Why they would have taken him out, I know that these games aren't important. They mean nothing, but to the fans, they do. And we talked about this in the very first week of the season when you had Clayton Kershaw going for the perfect game, and he got yanked in the 8th, I think it was, or there was one out in the 8th. I can't remember exactly what it was, but we have a YouTube shot of that one. It was actually a really good, a good segment me and Dave did. But it happens all the time. It's happened a few times this season. But the one with Severino last night at 93 pitches, one walk through 7. They took him out. He's trying to get back from being injured. This guy, like I said, this guy's always hurt. I think the baseball owes the fans to get the guys out there. Yes, the game means nothing, but without the fans, you don't have the game. And I think it's a horse crap move by the Yankees and by Boone. I know they have a plan, and 28 is more important than a guy getting a no-hitter. I get it, but it takes away from the fan experience. It might be it could have been the fans' only time to go to a ball game this year. It could have been a Yankee fan who lives in Texas going to a game to see Judge hit a home run. Didn't happen. So you know what could be a more memorable experience? Seeing a no-hitter get thrown. Horseshit move by the Yankees. I don't understand. Like I said, Severino, he gets hurt walking to the ballpark. He's probably going to get hurt going into the playoffs. If 2 more innings is going to make or break, he ain't going to do you much good in the playoffs anyways. If 2 more innings, could have been 12 pitches, could have been 20 pitches. If that's going to do it, I don't get it. Anyways, we won't delve on that a whole bunch more. I thought it was a horseshit move. We'll move on to Judge. I kind of hope he does it in the first game today. It starts in about 20 minutes. He's been squeezing the bat a lot. I think he uses a bomb bat. He's been squeezing the guts out of that thing. He's not he sawdust at home plate with the way he's been squeezing a little bit, has been struggling a little bit. He's getting pitches to hit. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets it quickly. I hope he does it in this first game. I know they have some time off, 4 or 5 days off at the end of their regular season, which is tomorrow. He said he wants to play every day. But I think if he gets the home run today, people say, okay, that's it, 62. You're not getting to Bonds territory. So get it done today. Get it done in the first game. Take the rest of the season off. Take some time to just relax a little bit, recharge the batteries. There's got to be a lot of pressure that happens on a daily basis in the Judge world. He said there's no pressure, but I can't see how there wouldn't be with the more eyeballs that get on you. Yes, he plays the Yankees, so they're on TV all the time, but they're cutting to different broadcasts. They're cutting to different telecasts. They're cutting into football games, for Christ's sakes. So for him to say, unless he is superhuman, for him to say there's no pressure, I don't believe that for a second. So I think if Judge were to get that home run, call it good, maybe get his average up. Actually, here's a good point. Dirty pool by Twins player Luis Ariz to be sitting out pretty much the rest of the season with a hamstring injury. He's got a 316 batting average, I think it is right now. He's got a few percentage points up on Judge for the Triple Crown, for the batting title, and he's sitting out the remainder of the season with the Twins. Their games mean absolutely nothing, so he's found a way. You can never ever do a check when a guy says his legs are sore and his hamstring is sore. He can sit out. You can't say anything about it, right? So Judge is trying to chase a Triple Crown, the first one since Cabrera did it, I think, in 2012, and then the first, it hasn't been once in 67, I think it was before that. So for this guy to be sitting out because he's got a hamstring injury, which you can't really check, you can't do any detailed clinical checks on this. For him to be sitting out, it's a horseshit move, a smart move, but a chicken shit move for him to be sitting out. And so we might be not have the Triple Crown that Judge was going to get. I don't think it matters to Judge's contract dispute that's going to happen in the offseason, if he gets a Triple Crown or not. I don't think that's even a factor whatsoever, what Judge's final numbers are to what his value to the Yankees or to other ball clubs is. So I don't think that's going to matter a whole bunch. But for this guy to sit out the last X amount of games with a hamstrings and put some ice on it and be done for the rest of the season. And like I said, the Twins are done. It doesn't make a big difference to him. So it's just, I think it's a bullshit move. Another one that happened over the weekend, they kind of did it on the weekend there. Didn't get a whole bunch of juice, especially because the Angels aren't a relevant team. They're playing better baseball as of right now. I think Trout is on close to getting the 40 home runs. But another thing that's happened was Ohtani he's not going to arbitration. They settled before going into to arbitration hearing because he would have got a lot more than $30 million. He only played for $5.5 million this year, but he's going to play for $30 million next year, which is quite the raise. Good money if you can get it, I guess, right? So it would have been interesting to see what he was going to get. Started out a little bit, but I think he's going to get 50 or 60 million in the free market after the 2023 season, after he gets done playing this one season at 30 million. It's going to be very interesting to see what he's going to get. 50 sounds about right. You know, if you think what the other guys are getting. This guy pitches and hits. How long he's going to be doing both for how many years, who knows? But I think he's going to be a 50 or 60 million dollar guy. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out. What's going to happen with the ownership with the Angels? That's another story. Is he going to stay there? Probably, I would say so. I can't. It's well documented, whether it's true or not, that he doesn't want to go to New York and maybe the Dodgers, but their payroll is really high right now and everything else. So interesting to see. But it was interesting to see that he got that kind of money over the weekend when it was pretty quiet. And then to top it all off, you have Albert Pujols winding his career down with the St. Louis Cardinals. He went back there this offseason, didn't have the greatest start to the season. We talked about on the 1420 podcast with Dave last night. It'll be out later today. It doesn't much matter when it comes out, but Pujols didn't have the greatest start. He really got things amped up again after the All-Star game, when he was in the All-Star, the home run hitting contest. He's hit 17 home runs, I believe, since then. He's now since surpassed, and I didn't know that this was a number that was even attainable. I don't follow historic stats a whole bunch. I mean, baseball, the history of the game is more statistical, so a guy like me probably should be. But for him to pass a guy by the name of Babe Ruth, that's some impressive stuff. Passing anything you can do that passes Babe Ruth, it's Babe Ruth. That's impressive. So for him to do that and get 703 last night, still got a couple more at bats throughout the season. It's just phenomenal to watch. It's been great to watch this last few weeks, the historic run, passing A-Rod, getting to 700, what happened on Saturday or Sunday afternoon at Busch Stadium, the way they all came off the field together was a great thing for baseball, and only baseball can do that, the way they can set it up. The history of the game, how the Cardinals are as a franchise, was perfectly done. It's been a great send-off for one of the greatest of all time, Albert Pujols. Thank you for everything that he's done for this game. He's been a great ambassador of the game. He said the good Lord brought him back to St. Louis to finish off his career, and he didn't think he'd embarrass himself. He didn't think the Lord would embarrass him the way he was playing. So thank you, Albert Pujols, the way you've ended off the season. It's been fun to watch. It's been great to watch. I've enjoyed watching it thoroughly in the last few weeks because it's been a great ending. I thought the Judge was going to put on more of a show than you have, but it's been really great to watch it. The playoff matches are right around the corner. I can't wait to see it all pan out, how it's going to pan out. I don't see my Yankees. I'm going to cheer for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be cheering for the Yankees. I don't see them winning. I can see them winning the first round. I can see them getting by. I can see them getting by the Cleveland Guardians or Tampa, but I don't see them getting by the Houston Astros. The Astros are just too strong. I'm going to cheer for my Yankees. There's no doubt about that, but I can't see them getting by just with the way they strike out a lot and their pitching, unless Severino can pull it a remarkable thing. Cole gives up too many home runs early, and if they fall behind early, I can't see the Yankees having the kind of team that can, and the way pitching is in the playoffs, I can't see the Yankees having a chance to get back in ball games. I still think that the Dodgers are the cream of the National League, and I think it's going to be a Dodgers-Astros World Series. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a Dodger-Yankee World Series, because it'd be a very big tradition going back the years when the Dodgers were in Brooklyn. You have the New York City background and the two historic franchises like that, and anytime the Astros can lose is a good day in my book. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. I'm very excited for it. It's been great. Judge, please go and get that home run. By the time this episode's out, he might already have it.